Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today was a travel day for me. I am set up here at Stony Pond DEC Campground. It's not a very big campground. I will have a review out on it in the future. So today has been one of those days where there's thunderstorms predictions all day long. And during my travels and since I've been here, I have not been rained on, but I've heard the thunder. It's gone to the east of me and it's gone to the west of me. But anyways, it's getting to be dinner time here, and as you know what that means, a little shelf to table. So let's get going on this. So yes, it's been one of those days. It is, as you can see, we'll wheel the camera out from underneath the awning. That's why I'm underneath the awning, because it's going to open up at any time. But it's been like this most of the day. I just heard some thunder off this way. But it's been a good week of camping. Hot and sticky to start it off. And then we've got some rain on Thursday night. This is now Sunday. And so it's been a good weekend for camping. I met family up at Yogi Bear Campground. I'll have a review out on that one too. But today, after getting set up, I just kind of been a little bit of a lazy day. I didn't want to go out in any water anywhere because of the threat of thunderstorms. So anyways, we are going to do today shelf to table. This is something new to me. This is Kathy sent me this, so I did get this free of charge to try it out. She says, tell me what you think. She knows I'll be honest. So this is freeze-dried beef patties that are raw. And you may have all of a sudden looked and said, raw? What's the benefit of that? Well, I'll tell you what the benefit of it is, but first let's get it rejuvenated. This does not require hot water. This is cool salted water to rejuvenate for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we have to cook it. So let's do that. So I've added my cool salted water. I'm going to put it right in the bag instead of taking the patties out and put them on a bowl, because I am camping. I don't have a lot of bowls in my camper. It carries paper plates for stuff, but that's about it. But I think I could do this right in the package. And so I'm just going to lay it on its side. The water is, it's pretty full of water. I got it closed right up. We're going to let this soak for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So anyways, what would be the benefit of having raw, freeze-dried hamburger patties with you? Well, I thought the same thing when I first saw them. I'm like, what would be the benefit? And then it dawned on me that one of the worst things you can do when you camp, and I've seen so many people it happen to, is that you're out of your element and you handle raw meat and you may not wash your hands like you would in your own kitchen. You may have just a bucket of water. You may just be pouring jugs of water out. It all depends on how you do that. And all of us, when we've gone camping after a few days, you have meat in a cooler and you pull the meat out, and what's one of the first things you do is you sniff it. And I have actually been camping with a few people where she was making patties, and after she got done making patties, she kind of sniffed her hands, and then was like, when we're cooking, I'm going, does the meat look all right to you? And we're like, oh no. So that is one good thing about freeze-dried raw beef patties, is you can take them camping. You don't have to worry about refrigerating them. You don't have to put them in a cooler. You don't have to keep restocking ice. You have them right there. They're ready to go. All you got to do is cool salted water to rejuvenate them. And I have said many times that, you know, when people get outside their element, how they get used to doing something, Washing their hands is the same thing. Unless you are a nurse or a paramedic or a doctor like that, where that is part of your profession, is cleaning your hands. But for generally us regular people, you know, when you're camping, if you have a camper, yeah, you might have a sink with soap. But if you're in a tent, you may have just a bucket to wash your hands into, and is that good enough? So E. coli is a real thing. I've seen it happen with people. I've been camping in a group where we had a person in the group have E. coli pretty badly, where she was in the hospital for about a week. So it is a real thing. It is a thing that I'm keeping in the back of my mind when I'm camping. So raw patties is the freeze-dried patties is an answer that you can take these without needing to keep them in a cooler. That's the big thing for me. If you can think of some more, put them in the comments down below. I'd like to, you know, read them, and there might be more reasons beneficial for having freeze-dried raw patties. We will cook them up on the grill, and today's burger is going to be a bagel burger. You ever had one? I'm going to have one today. I had somebody tell me that there's a specific kind of bagel that they like to buy and make a bagel burger out of it. So I bought that bagel, and I have everything here, a lot of it from my own garden, and we're going to make a bagel burger today. My travels have taken me outside of the Adirondacks. This is my site behind me. This is Stony Pond DEC Campground. It is not a large campground. There's only me and there's a motorhome in here, and that's it. But it only has 17 sites. This is one of the main road is right down there. There's site 12, 13, 14, and this is site 15. And 16 and 17 are beyond that gate, and they are walk-in sites. And that is also a trail that takes you around the pond. The pond is in the woods right over here. So I'll have a review out on this campground. This is day one for me here. It is in, it's not far out of Cazenovia, New York. So I'm not in the Adirondacks. Like I said, I was at the Yogi Bear campground. Our family, we get together every year. We meet at a campground. We come from all over the state. We'll meet at the campground. Last year was the Moose Hillock one. This year was the Yogi Bear campground in Mexico, New York. And it was a great time had by all. Always is when we get together. Always is. But the grill is warming up. I'm going to go get the ingredients ready. And we'll see how this bagel burger, our freeze-dried patty, cooks and how it is on a bagel burger. Okay, I got the patties rejuvenated. A couple things to keep in mind is that when you add the cool salted water, as these patties rejuvenate, you don't want to handle them very much, because they will fall apart, because all they are is raw meat that's patty. And the other thing is that the water that you put in the bag, that is from raw meat, so you want to make sure that you don't put your fingers into your face area afterwards. You can see where I almost broke this one here. I'll come into it from this way. And you'll want to check your meat to make sure that it's rejuvenated. Any hard spots, make sure it stays in the water for a little bit longer, but we're going to throw that on the grill. I use this for raw meat, so this is going back into my camper to be washed. And I have another spatula down here. But we're going to put that, let that get cooked up and finish our bagel. So what am I throwing on my burger today? Today I have some pickle, bought right from the store, but the onion and the lettuce are right out of my garden. Good duffel. I'm also putting a little splash of ketchup on there. And if you remember back, those of us that have the gray in our beards and our hair, back in the 70s and 80s, McDonald's had this little jingle of 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickle, onions on a sesame seed bun. Well, I have my own special sauce. I believe this is made by Kraft, and it's a burger sauce. Kind kind of mimics that sauce that they put on the Big Mac, I guess. But this is going to be a bagel burger. And the bagel that I put on it, I'm so glad I found these bagels. About a year ago, they started putting these in our local regional shops in Adirondacks. It's the original bagel. And they're kettle boiled. They're New York style bagels. They are freaking awesome. They're so good. I just love these, and our local regional store, Stewart Shops, has a pretty reasonable price on them too for 6 of them. A lot cheaper than the store brand bagels that I think it's, what is it, Lender's is one of them. Yeah, much better. So the burgers are almost done. I'm toasting my bagel too with it, so let me go over and get those. Okay, so right there, my toasted bagel. I'm going to take one of the patties and slide it on there, and I'm going to throw my pickle on there, because this is going to be 2 all beef patties. So the patties are 80-20 patties. If you buy hamburger, you know what that means. But there is 2 burgers on a bagel. Bagel burgers. This is the first time I've ever had a bagel burger too. Buddy of mine said, try it out and see what happens. So this is where I'm going to put a little slather of ketchup on here. And then I'm going to put my lettuce from my garden on here. And then I'm going to put some sauce on the lettuce. And we're going to put that together and see how this tastes. The final ingredient to my bagel burger, twisted tea. You would think that all the times I've mentioned twisted tea in my videos that they would say, oh, hey, we'll send you some. That's alright. But there it is, the final product. 2 all beef patties, special sauce, there's lettuce, there's onion, and no cheese on this. Just a regular bagel burger. Let's see how this tastes. God damn. I don't want to talk with my mouth full, but damn. Damn. That's going to hit the spot. That is good. Oh my freaking God. I gotta wash it down. So, Kathy worked out well. Kathy's the owner of Shelf to Table. She sent me this product to try out and give a review. Damn, it's good. Oh, I love the bagel part of it too. And of course, my ingredients from my garden. Does the special sauce make any difference? I can taste it, but man, it is good. So if you hike or if you camp, if you want food for emergency preparedness, if you are outside hunting, whatever it is, freeze-dried food, it's very easy to make. Tastes very good. Kathy has put out a lot of good products. She's got vegetables, she's got meats there, she's got now the hamburger patties there. Well, I've had the meatloaf, I've had the beef stew. I have not been disappointed. Shelf to Table, go there. If you order anything, use my code ADK10, you'll get 10% off your order. And you'll be supporting a small business in the process that is doing an excellent job of putting product out. God, I love this. This is awesome. I'm going to take another big bite of this. The benefit of having freeze-dried meat when you're outdoors, camping, hiking, paddling, you don't need a cooler. And that is a huge plus because E. coli and salmonella, all that stuff, not good. And people react to things differently. And like I said, my group that we camped together for 8 to 10 years. Every 4th of July we would get together somewhere in the Adirondacks. And it's one time when the guys that his wife we camp with, she made patties, and a couple days later she was in the hospital, E. coli, and she was there for about a week, and it hit her really bad. So that is one good thing about the freeze-dried foods, is that they don't need to be chilled. So if you're open up your cooler and you pull the meat out and it's very questionable, and that's another thing, a lot of people put meat into a cooler and then they put their other things in the cooler, and then juice from that meat can get into other things. I've been there. I know. I've done this. I've been camping since I was small with my parents. We used to tent camp. We've traveled all over the place. But shelf to table, order from them, use my code ADK10. You won't be disappointed. I promise. Alright folks, you watched all the way through. Thanks for that. If you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button down below. Continue to follow the adventure. And remember, folks, tomorrow is no guarantee for any one of us. So disconnect from that Wi-Fi, connect to this out here. You won't be disappointed.